What's up, you guys? Happy Wednesday night at the First and 10 NFL New York Jets podcast. In this playoff run we're in. Hey, a lot of surprises, right? How you doing tonight, brother?
Good, Kev, but before we talk about the playoffs, this is a Jet podcast, and
Listen,
before
listen, listen. Look,
go,
no,
yeah,
no, no,
rant away, please,
before
go,
you
go.
even go, like I texted you, I am so fucking sick of this fucking team. Excuse my French, but I mean,
Yeah,
holy
no, go
shit,
for it, go for it.
holy shit. You This may be the richest coaching cycle we've ever seen. I mean, well, they got fired. Well, okay, all right. After they've been in the same spot for 20 years or whatever, okay, 10 years.
Yeah,
The fact that the fact that what are we doing? First of all, how many defensive coordinators are you interviewing? You don't have in your head who you want.
no, Kevin. Here's what worries me. And you said it. You said you keep hearing rumblings of certain coaches don't want to even interview with us. The other
Yes.
day, I don't know if it was you or somebody else sent me a picture, but there was no interview saying that some coaches even rejected having the
Yeah,
interview
that was
because
me.
and it's not so much the team and the organization. Their fear is that Aaron Glenn is already a lame duck, is only going to be here 1 year, one more year, unless there's success. And these guys don't want to sign on the dotted line for 1 year to be fired when a new regime comes in.
And all your draft picks. You got all these draft picks. You need a quarterback. You
Yes.
need a quarterback, and once again, a la the Rams game back in whatever year that was, missing out on Trevor.
Yeah. Yeah.
We will see Fernando in black and silver,
Well,
silver and black.
not if you buy into the rumors that the Raiders are looking to get an experienced quarterback, almost like a bridge, because like the Jets, they have a lot of holes that Fernando is not going to mask.
Okay, and if they do that, what'll Brady do? You know what he'll do. He'll make a trade with somebody that needs a QB, move down, and stick it right to us.
He can't move farther down than two. I mean, he's not going to jump into two. So if he jumps out of the one spot,
No,
yeah,
I mean
I
if
know what you're
someone
saying.
wants to come up,
Yes. Oh, yes, yes. If he's gonna make that trade and get out of the one spot, he's gonna make it with a quarterback needy team. Of course. No.
yes, and it's
That
and it's not this one.
no, he's yeah.
No, he's
No.
gonna he's gonna do what he can to,
No, of course. Of
because that's
course.
what they do. That's what they do to this organization.
No, of course. Of course.
Mhm.
But what I'm aggravated about is that what I'm hearing is that Jim Leonard, even though he supposedly interviewed, I think, is really on the bubble about coming here because of what's down the road. Like if this Aaron Glenn is gonna go, and the two candidates that are the leading ones, not many people are high on Wink Martindale. He sat out a year, went to
Mhm.
college. They think the game
Mhm.
might have passed him by. And our DB's coach Harris, this is
Well,
going to be our best option.
like I said, and what did we see? We have interviewed 9 people or something. Holy
Yep, eight
crap! How
people.
many people? How many people are you interviewing?
I don't. You
You
know what,
don't.
Kev?
You don't have in your head who you want to go after.
Yeah, yeah,
You got to talk to 9 guys,
yeah,
8 guys,
yeah.
whatever it is. I'm sure there'll be a ninth.
No, and people are going to take the opposite approach and say, "Well, they're doing their due diligence. They're doing their. This team does their due diligence every 4 years, and we get shit. We still pick shit."
And we us as Jet fans, we got to sit here and hear. Well, maybe the Giants are looking to hire Rex as
I
their
heard
D
that. Yeah,
coordinator. Yeah.
Hey
Okay.
Jay, what's going on? I told you that
Hey,
this
Gentlemen,
Jay.
morning. Don't be surprised if Rex is
Yes.
the number one defensive coordinator for Harbaugh, in the
Of course.
Giants.
Yeah. Of course.
And
And
let me
we'll
tell you something.
and we'll get
When
Harris.
Harbaugh,
Get
when
Harris.
Har, what's that?
And we'll get Harris.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna promote our DB coach because the other best option is Wink Martindale, who wasn't even in the pros last year. He was in college. But it's the Jets. That's what happens when you're a Jet. It's like what's the song from West Side Story?
And
You're a Jet.
and one by one and one by one, you're gonna see these eight guys go here. One's gonna go here. One's gonna go there. Another one's
And
gonna
we're
go
gonna wind
there.
up getting shit. I know. I
Yes,
know. I
yes,
know.
because you're sitting here going like this.
Yeah.
That's why.
This DB's coach should have already been picked. We should already be game planning of what we should already have, and maybe they do, and we just don't know. The draft board should already be set up with what we're looking at, and the defensive coordinator who are going to coach these guys up right. Instead of we're still sitting going, oh, who's going to coach us? Who's going to coach us?
Have we interviewed the ninth guy yet?
Yeah, yeah. What's going on, Jay?
What's
not much. How
happening,
you doing,
Jay?
gentlemen?
Good,
You
good,
must be
good. For
happy
you?
about the Tomlin house thing that
Oh,
he's
you guys
built.
don't even know. You guys don't
Go
even
ahead.
know.
I've been waiting
Go
to hear.
rant
I've been
away.
waiting to hear from you. Let it fly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, whether he got fired or he stepped down, it had to happen either way. But I don't know. Just it's great. Like I feel like a huge burden lifted off. Um, Again, to me, this kid Will Howard is the future. I think, I'm looking and it's what's the guy? McCarthy is like the number one guy, and I'm like, oh God, no, please no. So
Well,
I'm hoping,
that's so they can run it back with Rogers.
yeah, it's like, come on, enough of that. Get some young blood in, get the kid Shula from from the Rams. Hopefully that's gonna be the plan. But and just listen, the Pats did it. They sucked for a couple years. Look where they are now. I don't mind if they suck for a couple of years because I know they're making a change.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, but
You
yes,
know
I'm
what,
glad he's gone.
Jay?
From
You could get the curse of the Jets where change
I was
isn't
going to say
good
we
and
get
give
it
it to
from a
somebody like
team that's
us.
always making a freaking change.
Uh,
We
Well,
understand.
this is what I mean. Bring your next guy in that you're going to keep for another 18 years. Where McCarthy, I don't think he's that guy.
nah.
You know.
You're right.
So if you bring in a kid like Shula or even Flores from Miami, these guys, or wherever he was,
Flores, yeah.
Minnesota,
Yeah,
bring him in for another 15, 16 years. Where McCarthy isn't that guy.
yeah.
So
What do you hear? I know you're an NC, you're not in the heart of Pittsburgh, but what are you hearing from the Pittsburgh fan base? Are they leaning towards McCarthy? Does Rodgers really have any say
I
with the
haven't
Steeler ownership? I mean, he's there 1 year.
I haven't heard anything about Rodgers being an influence in anything. I just know they got the guys they want to interview. McCarthy was an actual live interview, not a Zoom.
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
And
mm-hmm.
everything I'm reading, everything I'm seeing, it's like, oh my God, McCarthy's going to be the guy. And then people are going, no, we don't want that. They're
Yeah.
along the same lines of get a new young kid in, let him be the future for the next 15 plus years. If
How
there
about
is one guy I would want, that would be Gruden. I would
I was
take
just
Okay.
Gruden
gonna.
in a
That's
heartbeat.
exactly what I was just gonna say. How about Gruden?
I would take Gruden. Actually, my oldest son sent me a video of a couple years back, and I don't know if it was real or not, but it was him and Howard just practicing, training together. And I was like, wow, that would be friggin' great. Because who better to bring in a young kid like that than him?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well,
Where if
Gruden does or did when he was deep into the NFL have a quarterback camp where he sat with up and coming quarterbacks and top notch
maybe
quarterback.
that's what that was.
Yeah, and he would sit with them on the weekend and they would go over film and pass routes and what the quarterback should be seeing. And yeah, and a lot of that was videotaped for some type of a program. I don't know if it ever aired, but I know Gruden was doing stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, so
Um,
that's what that must have been.
How about a McDermott?
Ah, I don't know. I don't know. I
I
don't
figured
really
I'd
know.
ask.
I don't really know much about him,
Mm.
but to me, my number one would be either Shula or Gruden. Even I
Mhm.
take Flores. I take him.
Yeah, Flores is good. Yep, I
Wasn't good
agree.
as a head coach, and that's what you got to worry about. Like some guys are just coordinators. Like I don't. And listen, we always say the second time around, sometimes these coaches do better.
Yeah,
I don't know with Flores. Like we got to give him. Everyone deserves a second shot. I don't know if that's the guy you want, Jay. But if he comes there, it's not a bad choice. It's
no.
not a bad choice.
Hey, there's a decent pool. You got
There's that
Dable out
Kubiak
there.
kid too.
Yep, yep,
Yes.
That
yep.
one, I started doing research on him, and I'm like, oh, this might be he might be a sleeper pick here. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know, but nobody's really
Yeah.
talking about him.
And you know what, Jay? That's a good thing because I find when they're not talking about them is when they sneak up and they get the job and they prove it. I don't know how many people. And listen, I'm a football guy, but there are some people who really, really know the game.
Yeah,
I could say safely, I didn't know who the hell Liam Cohen was until he got the Jaguars job. Did you
yeah,
guys know like
nope,
anything? And look at
Till
him.
they
Look what he did to
started
the
winning,
Jags.
and you said, "Wow, who is this guy?" Right?
yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. It's sometimes when they throw these names at you constantly, you're thinking, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." That's how we felt with Solid when before he got the job. He was with the 49ers. You saw him on TV. We're all pumped up. Great
Tennessee
defense.
Titans.
Yeah,
What do you think of that?
What do
I
you
think they're
think
gonna.
of that?
I mean, you guys know him more than I do. I mean, I only know him for what I saw in San Fran, and I don't. Their team was decimated this year. So what he did with what he had, I don't know. I mean, they looked like crap in
And I
Seattle, but the defense was out there half the game. So, but is he a
So
head coach? I don't know.
no.
Maybe he has more to work with in Tennessee.
Yes,
I don't know.
yes. Well, he definitely has a quarterback in place and a quarterback that's better than Zach ever was. So
and
that's a heads up for him.
I heard something about maybe if Dable doesn't take the Buffalo job, maybe he goes with Sala as the
Yeah,
offensive coordinator.
Really?
So
yeah.
yeah,
And see, this is what I'm saying. The second time around, he's learning. Now he's bringing in an elder statesman
You're
to help
surrounding
bring.
yourself with better people.
hmm
Yes, and that's what happens. You learn the second time around. Listen, we'll talk about Belichick. Yeah, he coached under Parcells, but those years with the Browns, I think he made the playoffs once. The
Yeah, he
rest
was
of those
brutal.
seasons was
Yeah.
shit. And then he
hmm
got to New England, second time as a head coach. I'm hoping Salah seems like a nice guy. I hope he succeeds. Although there's a part of me that I hope he falls on his face because he's in my league now. I have to face him. I have to deal with that as another playoff spot. But he might be just one of those coaches that it should be a DC. I don't know if he could have his hands in all the fires and do it well
When
enough.
he was there with you guys, how did he handle his press conferences after every game? Like, were you guys all right? It makes sense what he's saying, or God, shut your
No,
mouth.
well, it got to the point where it was, oh God, shut your mouth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So and Kevin just gave it to you in one sense. I'm going to go on a little more. The problem I had with Salah was that, and maybe because it was his first job and it was the New York market, yes, he tells a little too much, but he wanted to be friends with these reporters. Like
Yeah,
he
true.
always like sugarcoated things, and then the next day they would question him on it. He had to take a step back. Another thing, like
remember
Salah, just shut up and
he's
say
texting.
nothing.
He's texting with Beningo.
Yeah, like he's texting with one of the radio reporters, like
Yeah.
because he wanted to be like a nice guy, fit in.
Yeah, yeah, I
No,
get it.
yeah,
Well, maybe Tennessee, it's a smaller market. It's not as flashy as New York,
yeah,
and he might again if he surrounds himself with good coaches and
yeah.
maybe he has I think they have a pretty good defense. I mean, I'm not sold on the quarterback yet. He's still early. He's going to have a lot of work to do with that kid.
Hmm hmm
Yeah.
And
But I
so,
still say, from what we saw of that kid in one season, he's light years ahead of what we saw with Zach Wilson when we
mhm.
got him.
God.
Speaking of quarterbacks, let me ask you: you want Rodgers back?
No, I want the kid. I want Howard in. This is the
Okay.
future. I heard something that Rodgers might go play with Justin Jefferson in Minnesota. See you later.
Well, yeah,
Go.
like Brett Favre,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were. I was
but
watching Will
only
Howard
he stopped
interviews.
in Pittsburgh in between the Jets and the Vikings.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
And Will Howard was saying he learned a lot from Rodgers. Rodgers was great, blah, blah, blah. But all right, time to let this kid go, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't want Rodgers back. I didn't want him there in the first place, but
No, you didn't. And if you're a Steeler fan, and I'm just reiterating what you said, if you bring McCarthy in and you're giving him a 3, 4 year deal, you might have to live with fucking Aaron playing for those years
yeah,
if they keep him
yeah,
upright.
Hmm.
exactly. So it's
Because I
just
don't think
the
he's going
same
to
thing.
ask for, yeah, because is he going to ask for McCarthy and then bail on him after a year or two?
Yeah.
I don't know.
To me, bringing McCarthy in is bringing like having Tomlin stay in another 3 years. It's
Yeah.
just it would be a stupid thing to do. Go get the kid Shula
Just
from the
move on.
Rams.
Just move on.
Yes,
Move.
Yeah.
and start planning the future.
Yep.
It just sucks, guys, that, and listen, they earned it, where a coach, after a while, it's their name who keeps them in the running.
Oh
Because
yeah,
McCarthy can't be around for 7, 8, 9 years to see some growth from the Steelers, unless you think you were just one player away, and then McCarthy might be the guy. But I
yeah.
think the Steelers are a little more than one player
They're
away.
not.
Like,
They're a couple. They're a 2, 3 season rebuild at the moment.
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, and I'm sure people are gonna knock me. And I only heard one person say this, but watching the Steelers this year a little more because my team sucked ass. Why? I don't know. He was hurt, so people might say that. But Jay, you tell me if I'm wrong. Do you feel like Watt disappears in the big game when the light's the brightest?
For the last 3 years, he's got to go. That fat contract. That's what I mean. Get rid of him. The kid Highsmith from Carolina, from
Uh-huh.
North Carolina,
Hmm.
always hurt. They got these good young stud guys, Wagner and a couple other guys that can
Let him
Herbig, have
play.
them come
Yep.
in. Um,
Let him play.
what's his name? The old guy there, Hayward,
Uh-huh.
played the best out of any of them, and he was oh, and he's the nose. I mean, to
Yeah.
me, I'd keep him for leadership, and he was making plays while the other two were doing like Watts just running around. I don't know, holding his arm, walking off the field, and it's like, go away.
And Jay, correct me if I'm wrong with Haywood. I think it was Haywood, unless I'm getting confused. Wasn't he about to retire
He
after last
was,
year and they asked him to come back? Am I
yeah.
am I wrong on that? I thought that's what I heard, or that's what
And
I
no, that's
thought.
exactly what it
Okay.
was.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know, like they could save so much money if they got rid of Watt. And same thing with Highsmith. Let these kids come in and play and learn the system. Hayward could be there. He could be the father figure for these kids that most good defenses have, someone they can look up to.
And Jay, you see how you just said that about Watt? Now, a person or the casual football fan or just a football fan who don't watch the Steelers regularly, they don't have the YouTube package or whatever, will say, "Oh, you're crazy, you're crazy." But Kevin and I have been screaming about this with our Jets. So many Jets love AVT. He can't stay healthy. What am I going to do with him? Why is he on my team if he can't stay healthy? Jermaine Johnson, hurt again, missed all last year, looked okay this year. I know everyone says it takes a year with the Achilles,
Hmm.
but do I want to sign him like for 5 years now, four
No, you
years now,
don't.
and risk getting hurt again? This guy's got to go. You know.
It's a waste of time and it's a waste of money. Now these probably got kids who are trying to make the team who want to play can't because you keep re-signing these veterans or two,
Yeah.
3, 4 year players that can't stay on the field.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Jay, I would keep Phillips on nose tackle. I like this Briggs that they got in the trade from
Briggs.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
This kid,
Yep.
you see, this is the type of kid
Well,
like. Go ahead,
we're
Kev.
we're winning the Super Bowl first of all because we signed Bailey Zappi.
Yeah,
He's
You guys signed him?
he's taking us
yeah,
all the way.
Christ.
yeah.
You guys.
He's
Yeah.
probably
See,
gonna fill
see,
the
see that
Tyrod
CJ.
Taylor.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But
What are
anyway,
you doing? What are you doing, man?
so let
To
me
I
me,
get
don't
that's
back to
how
know.
I
town.
felt the Steelers were heading in that direction. If they were to keep Tomlin, again, you sign a quarterback. Yeah, Rodgers was great. He's okay now. I wouldn't say he was good. He's okay.
Hmm.
But again, you guys going from what you guys are telling me, you guys have gone through. I don't know how.
Bailey
Holy
Zappi.
shit. Oh
Here we
my.
come. Here we come.
Holy,
Where I'm different from Kevin is that the Bailey Zappi signing is ridiculous, and I made the joke Super Bowl, here we come. I even said that to Kevin. He's going to be our Tyrod Taylor. There's going to be quarterback in this draft, whether it's in the late rounds or there's going to be that tie-in piece. I don't know who. Zappy is not going to be a starter on this team. He's probably
no.
going to be more of a backup. But back to what I was saying with Briggs and Phillips. I like what they represent. I don't know if he's a number two, but the kid on Miami, Bain, I think is the defensive tackle. That
Mhm.
kid's a stud. And I would take him over Jermaine Johnson any day. And I know Jeff fans are going to yell and tell me I'm an idiot, but that's fine. That's what I see. Because
Who's
that
the
kid on Miami
linebacker from
U,
Ohio State?
is it Avil? And Avil, I
Reese,
think.
Reese,
I
who's
I saw something where they like it was a mock draft and it had you guys grabbing
At
him.
number two, right? At
Yeah,
number two? Yeah,
yeah,
is
I
that
saw
is
that.
guy's last name Reese?
I think so. So,
Okay,
but you guys
yeah,
aren't going to go after a
yeah.
quarterback then?
It doesn't sound like it. It doesn't. There's nothing really out there. I know. Mel Kiper was trying to talk to
Ty
Greenberg,
Simpson
saying
at six.
Ty
Ty Simpson
Simpson.
at 16. Yeah, at
No, Ty
16.
Simpson. You want to tell me Ty Simpson's in there in the fourth round? I might take a flyer. I'm not taking a flyer on a 15-game quarterback in the first two rounds.
Yeah,
Sorry, that
yeah.
I'm not doing.
Hmm.
I thought I had some of the mock drafts on my phone. I don't, but that was another linebacker was another name I heard.
Well,
Okay,
because
so
But
say
once
you
again,
guys
yeah,
get
go
the
ahead.
draft picks you like. Say you two are sitting there going, right, oh wow, good. I think this one he'll fit in perfect. Now, do you think you have the coaching to put it together?
no, no. You want to know something, Jay? And I might be nuts for saying this because I was high on Joe D. I like Moji as our GM, however you pronounce
Hmm.
his friggin' name. I
Hmm.
like him because whatever players he did bring in, they were good. They were better than anything we had. Listen, there was the Maisie Smith, but that was a throw-in for the first round pick with Dallas. He's gone. But I like Brownlee Jr. I like Briggs. I like the two, and I know Kevin gets mad at me. I like the two young wide receivers. Yes, they have glass hands, but we could teach them. And as long as we have the proper
Hands,
people to teach them, because you can't teach speed, and those two guys are
Have it,
burners. And if you
yeah.
could get them
hands
on
of
the field with
stone, hands
Garrett
of
Wilson,
stone. They're
yeah.
like that. Their hands are like
Yeah.
this when they go to catch the ball.
And that's where Kevin and I disagree. I like the two young kids, but not as A receivers. The B and the C slot receiver, the B and the second and third, I like once Garrett Wilson is back. Now, in saying that, do I want another top notch receiver? Of course, because you need weapons
You
in
can
this
never have
league.
enough.
Yeah,
Never have
yeah.
enough.
And we witnessed that this year. That here, I'll tell you a funny story, Jay. Garrett Wilson got hurt. I think it was early October. He led the team with receiving with a measly 368 yards. Right? Oh, that's nothing. Bull. Guys are catching 100, 110.
Yeah, yeah.
The kid on
In a
Seattle
game,
in
yeah,
Jigba gets
yeah.
110 yards on average. Do you know Garrett Wilson was our top receiver with yards when the season ended?
Pathetic, pathetic.
All right, so to me it sounds like a who do you guys who's your starter at QB right now?
What?
Is it Fields?
Because he's disgusted with
Him,
him.
him, him over there. Him, Greg. You the
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I see with
Bailey
these America, but
Zappi. Bailey Zappi.
it just tomorrow, Jeremy Bailey's.
Bailey
By the
Zappi.
way, Frank,
What keeps you guys watching the games? What keeps you interested in the Jets? Because I
Insanity.
don't know if I'd be if you got
Insanity. Insanity.
the thing is,
Masochism.
the thing is, yeah,
Masochism.
yeah. So, I don't know if I ever asked you this question, and you could answer it once I tell you my answer. We were grown up into it. Our fathers, our uncles, our older brothers,
Yeah.
our older, cousins, they were into it. So you fall in line, and it was some success, no Super Bowls, I get it, but there was some success in 86, 87 with Walt Michaels. Then we sucked for a while. We got it back with the Parcells. The 2000s, even though we didn't win much, we were winning games. We
My
were a
father,
good team. Go ahead,
You were
Kevin.
competitive.
my father and
Yeah,
my uncle were dragging me to Shea Stadium in 1969. So
yeah,
That's awesome, though. That's pretty freaking
yeah.
cool.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Jake, Kevin is you.
I
You and
remember,
Kevin
I
should talk.
remember,
Yeah,
I remember being a kid, man, and the stands the crowd was getting nuts, the stands, the whole freaking stands would rock. It
Oh,
was
so that
crazy.
was legit football.
It
You
was
got
yeah,
to
crazy.
see it. Oh my God.
Yes.
yeah. Kevin saw some really cool games and has some
Yeah.
really cool stories. Like we, we should do a show one time, Jay, and I'll how I post it everywhere,
Yeah.
where Kevin just tells you some of the stories of his
Okay, but
Jet fandom.
I've also sat in 40 degrees pouring rain to lose to the Colts 9-6. So
Hey, it comes with the territory, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
yeah.
It's
You
funny,
know.
like to me, again, being a Steelers fan, I only became a fan because, like I said, my dad in the 70s was a huge Cowboys fan.
Mm.
They beat them twice, and then you throw the commercial, Mean Joe Green commercial, and I was hooked. So I followed them. I don't know, I was probably 7, 8 years old at that time. I don't know, things were just different back then. We went and we bought football cards. We didn't have the internet like you can get
Yep.
all the
Yep.
stats now.
Yep.
So like, and you would just sit there and you would read those cards back and forth, up and down. And sometimes you get like the old Sports Illustrated and the sport magazines. That's how we got our info. So that's kind of
And
how I,
yeah, that's how we all did it. Jay, you grew up in New England. You're born and raised.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yep.
you grew up at a time where the Patriots were even below the Jets.
They were never on TV because they would never sell out.
Yeah,
So I got to see Steelers games. And then the 80s come in and you got the fucking Bobby Brister and
yeah,
Noel was towards the end of his career and it,
Yep.
it was like,
Yep.
oh, that's when the 49ers were pretty much dominating Denver, Miami.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who was the Pats QB? Like Grogan? Was that the Grogan
Grogan and then
era?
Grogan.
Eason. And
There
then
was
I
Yeah.
remember
Grogan and
one year
then
they got
Eason.
Plunkett, who was at
Yeah,
the end of his career.
Yes, you're
yeah,
right. You're
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah, but poor Grogan, he could barely stand straight, and the guy was getting drilled all the time.
Oh my God,
Always.
Klecko,
Always.
Klecko would
Oh,
kill
you
him.
guys used to kill him
Oh,
always.
Klecko would kill him. So Jay, let me ask you then. Growing up, was your crew a Patriots fan, or they were just watching what the hot teams were? Were they
My
fans of the
basically
hot
my
teams?
crew were because, like I said, the Pats were terrible. For some reason, my older brother was a Cowboys fan, and my younger brother also now is still a huge Cowboys fan.
Okay.
Him and I are tight. He's always been a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, because when he was growing up, it was in the 90s. They dominated the
Okay.
90s. So
Okay.
he took it, you know what I mean? He took to them.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
his team. And I think
Yeah.
even as a kid, he loved Tony Dorsett.
Okay.
I can always remember my younger brother loving Tony Dorsett, but
Yeah.
I was pretty much the only Steelers fan that I
Okay.
knew.
All right. And you see, it's the reason why I asked Jay, growing up in the 70s, heart of the Big Apple, I don't think, other than myself and two other kids, were Jet fans. Everyone was either a Cowboy, a Steeler, a
Yeah,
Niners.
Dolphin, a Denver.
Montana and the
Yeah.
Niners back then.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
Denver Bronco because it was the Orange Crush, Craig Morton, the Orange Crush. Like my friends were mostly into everything else but the Jets and the Giants because those 70s
I
teams
mean,
were.
back then, I loved the Niners and Montana and Rice and
Montana
Taylor
years,
and
of
all those
course.
guys, man.
Yes.
And
until
it
Big
was
Leonard
it,
Marshall had something to say.
it
Yeah.
was it was
Oh,
hit.
yeah.
It
Remember
was
that hit? Whoa.
yes.
He
Remember
drilled
that?
him.
You remember that hit?
I don't know how his
Oh,
spine didn't just come through the front of his
Yeah, that was
chest.
crabby. He didn't even move. He was
yes.
just laying
My
there.
God.
Yep.
That was worse
I-
than Taylor breaking his leg.
yeah, Dinesman that
Yes.
time. No, with
Yeah,
Dinesman, the
breaking
compound
Theismann's leg. That was
fracture.
gross.
And there was a Bruce Smith hit on a Syosset. Do you remember that hit?
I
Yeah.
Out
don't
cold. Out cold.
really.
He was
But that
out
was
cold.
normal back then. That
Yeah.
was
You
par
were
for the
allowed to
course
do
back
that.
then.
Hey, you
Guys
know
getting
what?
drilled.
This is why you wonder, would Tom Brady been as good if he had to play in the 70s and 80s era?
None of these guys would. None of them. Like I think I mentioned to you on Twitter or X that documentary I watched on
Yes.
the Spit and Chicklets, the hockey guys.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
just I don't know. Like I knew he was good, but I just had a whole new respect for Brady. Just because you don't really know his story from start to finish.
You
And just
hate him,
listening to
but
him
you gotta
talk,
respect him.
he
That's
handles
where I'm
himself
at.
well. He's smart,
Yeah.
which I think is what, and he even said it. He goes, I didn't have the talent. He goes, I had to work my ass off. I had to study my ass off. He goes, and now you got people going, oh, wow, look at this guy. He can throw it 80 yards from his knees. He goes, big deal. What happens if he throws 4 picks in a game? Is he mentally tough to come back? And that's
Hmm.
the difference between Brady and everyone else.
Hmm.
So,
And it, go ahead, Jay, go ahead.
so I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they were brutal back in the 60s, 70s, and even and even the
Yeah.
90s. Could he have played? I don't know. I mean, he wasn't the biggest guy. Um, I don't know. I think
I'm
he
not
would have got hurt.
that's what I'm saying, Jay. Like, I'm not taking away his smarts of the game and his accuracy, but the hits that you were allowed to do on a quarterback, he wouldn't have survived them today because everything is a rough in the pass, a rough in the
Yeah.
pass, a rough in the passer, you know?
I mean, watching the not the 2000s Ravens Steelers games. Oh my God! Like I don't know if he would have been able.
Yeah.
But again, watching the Pats, he always had 5 to 8 seconds to throw. So back then, I know it was. I don't know if he was get. I don't know if he would have been able to absorb those hits
Well, watching
constantly.
watching Klecko and Gastineau and Abdul Salam and Marty Lyons up close and personal, he wouldn't have survived.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and then what if we played against the Steelers, Steel Curtain? Those
Yeah.
guys were animals.
Forget it. Forget it.
Butkus in
Yes.
Chicago.
Yes,
Those
Yeah.
guys were
Butkus.
freaking animals.
Gouges, damn eye.
Yeah,
These defenses, like the Purple People Eaters, the Orange Crush,
Alan
the
Page.
Steel Curtain, the
that's
Cowboys
gone.
Doomsday D.
That's
You didn't
gone.
get those names for a reason.
Carl
You got those
Eller.
names
Yeah,
for a reason.
Carl Eller.
You know?
Kyle Eller.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know?
I don't know if he would have been. I don't think
But
so.
the one thing I have to give Brady credit for, and I don't know if you guys saw the clip, and I don't know if it's part of the thing you're talking about, Jay, or this is something else. He was sitting down with about 4 or 5 guys,
About the
and he was saying,
practice
yes, you saw the clip.
that was in it because
Okay. See, now I got to check it out because
he
what
said
he's. Go ahead, tell
he
everybody.
came out and he said I played practice like I was playing in a game. And he goes, if
Mhm.
that's what Belichick expected. That's what if I'm going to do it, I want you guys. And they all bought into it, which is why they dominated for 20
Yeah,
years.
Sure.
yeah. And I hope every player in the NFL and every kid coming out of this draft watches that 2 minute segment because when he said it, I was like, bingo, that's what everybody should be doing.
I don't know. According to our coach, that's how we practice every week, but it
Yeah,
doesn't seem to translate to the
yeah.
field.
There was, I don't know, this was in like the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. And it was an NFL films thing. And they were doing San Francisco when Terrell Owens was there. And
Hmm.
they're in practice, and the coaches I think Singletary might have even been the coach at the time. And they're all cheering, and he's just going, "Yay, go Pride!" Like just being an ass. And I'm going, God, I wish somebody would just lay. But you know what? That's why he never won Super Bowls.
That's
That's
right.
why, buddy. I
You're
get you
right.
have. Like Brady said that you can have all the talent in the world. If you don't have it up here, you're not going to
If
win.
you if you
You have
if
to
you
have the drive.
yep.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at Beckham. Look at Beckham. Look at Odell Beckham. All the talent in the world, but he's a head case. So
Yeah.
And again, like just, I have my 10-year-old son who plays, and I wanted him to watch this with me so bad, but he wanted nothing to do with it. And I was just like, I want you to see because when he started playing, he's like, Dad, I want to play defense. I go, when you want to play defense, when you're practicing, hit. You have to show them you want to play defense. And then all of a sudden, he was just like, and the coach even said at the end of the year, he goes, Mason, he said to me, he goes, "What are you feeding them?" And I said, "A steady diet of Pantera and Slayer on the way to
There you
practice and
go.
games."
There you
And he
go.
goes, "You just
Wind
started."
them up. Wind them up.
Yeah, he was hurting kids in games. And it was like, holy crap. And he's a skinny kid. And they
Hella
didn't have a
weights.
lot of kids on the team, so they had him on offensive line. He's going against these kids that look like they were 14 years old. And I was like, good. And I'm like, you know what? And he goes, Dad, I don't know what to do. I go, like this. I go, look at this stomach. Hit him in the stomach. They're gonna start going like that. So
Mm,
he started doing that, but hopefully this coming year he'll have more bigger kids on his team where he can stick to defense. But that's what I wanted him to see, like Brady was saying to those kids. But I don't
yeah.
know if these kids nowadays are into that because they want this. They
Yeah.
want to show what they did on Instagram and all that crap. And
Yeah,
it's
sure.
they say they love the game, but I don't think anybody loved it like Brady did.
No, I
No.
think I think this new I think college football with this NIL crap and the money these kids are making,
They're getting
they're
paid
coming
now.
into the
Yep.
pros already millionaires. So where's their heart? Are they is all 265 draft picks this year gonna play with the heart when some of them are already fucking millionaires?
And I'm not going to say any more about it, but he touches upon that about when he went to college in Michigan and how that's changed. And that's all. But you guys have to watch it. You're going to be like, no shit, this
Yeah.
guy knows what he's talking. Hell, I wish he would become the fucking Steelers coach. Good
Mm,
God,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Because he says all the right
yeah,
things.
Running the
yeah,
Raiders now. So,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
oh, man.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. Here's the other thing. And we're all about the same age. What happened to, and I'm not a big college football fan, and when we get our draft guru on here, our college draft, we'll ask her some more questions. What happened to you play 4 years and you were allowed 1 year red shirt and then you were done? Now these guys are 6, 7 years. How is that even possible?
Yeah, that's a hell of a question. And why are they letting them do it? Is it more money for the college or
Yeah,
Wasn't
because
what's his face saying the other night? I graduated 2 years ago or something. He said,
yeah,
Down
yeah.
yes.
Miami did not go to
We just have to
class.
take
All he did was
classes.
show up. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Yeah, he didn't have to take classes. So, what example is this kid setting for all the other kids? And that's the program's fault for letting them do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because of
Mm-hmm.
the NIL, he got more money to go there, and he went there and
Yeah.
in 2 years.
Yeah,
What's going on here?
it's a
So
Crazy.
now
joke. It's
this,
become a joke.
yeah,
Yes.
and
I
this
was
kid's
just gonna
gonna,
say that.
yeah,
Yep.
and this kid's gonna get drafted somewhere in the first round because of how Miami did. But he's already coming in as a millionaire.
Yeah,
You know? Is he going to
Yep.
want to take a good hit in practice? And we're talking about this because this all goes back to what Brady said. You have to treat practice like a game. You got to play it hard. You can't go into because that's the same way you're going to treat the game if you treat in practice that way.
yeah,
Mindset. It's like prepping for a show. Okay. Let's tie metal into it. It's like prepping for a show. When you do your practices, when that show's coming up, man, you got to do like there's all
Yeah,
the people in front of you.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
You
yeah,
gotta you gotta leave it in the practice shed or wherever the hell it is you
Which is
jam.
why when Rodney Harrison went to the Pats, Belichick fucking loved him because he was hitting everybody in practice like it was, and
Mm-hmm.
they would complain,
Mm-hmm.
and Belichick would say, "Shut your mouth, do what
yeah,
he's doing."
Yep.
And
yeah,
if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, he can't hit you the way he's hitting you.
yeah.
And basically, shut up or do what you're supposed to do. And these
No,
kids aren't getting that anymore.
Yeah, and you see, Jay, you see what you just said and what Belichick said. This is why when you watch a Patriot team for the last 20 some odd years, all right, during the Belichick era, if the first string went down, they didn't sweat it. The second string came in because he's been hitting
mm-hmm.
hard
Because they
and
were all
training practice
prepared.
for real. Where
Exactly.
you where you watch these sucky teams like the Jets, like the Cardinals, whoever else you want to throw in that sucks ass year after year, it's because they're not taking the practice series. And the second and the third strings are just sitting there because they don't give a rat's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's exactly
Mm-hmm.
what it is. And like I said,
God,
I watched a lot of the Pats games, and I would just sit there and go, "Wow." Like I'm thinking, why aren't more coaches taking that blueprint and using
Yeah,
that?
they're like a machine sometimes.
Yeah, and it
Yep,
was like, people
yep.
used to say that the 49ers of the 80s was no, the Pats of the 20 years
Yes.
were a well-oiled
Mm-hmm.
machine.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny
Yeah.
because you say that, like, whenever, like, no matter who the Pats were playing, they wouldn't go after your weakness. They'd go after your strong point and make you look bad.
And
You're
I mean,
supposed to do the opposite. No, he did. He went after your strong point and he made you look bad.
think of the Wes Welkers and stuff. Just like it didn't matter who came in
Yeah,
there.
Edelman, Welker, Gronk. I mean, those
Yes,
guys
But that
loved it.
but that's where Belichick and his OCs were genius because they knew you were gonna try to stop a Randy Moss, whoever else was, and then he dinked and dunked you with the ins and outs from Edelman and Welker and boom boom, and before
mm-hmm.
you knew it, before you even had a chance to sit down and eat your hot dog, you were down 14-0 because he dinked and dunked you because you were so worried about covering the A,
Who
he
was
beat
that?
you in
Exactly.
other ways.
Who was that little dude he took from us?
Woodhead.
Yeah, Danny Woodhead. There you
Oh,
go.
he was with the Jets.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Jets had no need for him. He couldn't see the
yes,
field.
Turned him
He
into a
was only on the field
superstar.
for blowouts.
yeah,
Yeah, the Jets
yeah.
had no use for him.
Yep.
Listen, that's the beauty. That was
Some
the beauty of Belichick.
some talent evaluators we are, right?
He could find, if he saw something useful in you and what you were good at, he'd
Mm-hmm.
find it and put you there and you'd
That's
excel.
right.
That's the
That's right.
difference. And most of these coaches don't do that.
Problem, Jay, the problem with the Jet organization is, and it's been that way since our last coach, Rex Ryan, is it's not that they don't know how to pick them, is that once they're here, they don't know how to coach them. Okay, the perfect example, and I was never a big fan of his, and maybe because he always looked bad because the coaching was bad, is Leonard Williams, who left here and now he played well for the Giants,
Lights
and
out on
he's tearing
Seattle.
it up in
Yep.
Seattle.
Yep.
Tearing it up in Seattle.
Yeah, that's gonna fucking be aggravating.
You know?
It's
When you see
insane.
your
It's
guys
insane.
successful somewhere else.
Yes. It's like,
And you want to hear the
and it's
most.
and it's
Go
not
ahead.
just this guy here and that guy there. It's guy after guy after
Yeah.
guy
Everywhere,
after guy
everywhere,
after guy,
everywhere, everywhere.
position after position after position,
So it's the
quarterback,
system in New
running
York isn't
back.
working.
Yes.
There's something about the coaches. Either Woody Johnson is either listening to the wrong people or he's just trying to hire who he feels the networks thinks is the hot commodity.
How
It
old is
bites him in
Woody?
the ass. Think about it. The Seattle Seahawks have three ex-Jets on their team.
God. How
We
old is
couldn't use
Woody?
them. What's that?
How old is Woody?
Woody
70s,
Johnson's got to be in his 60s,
Oh,
70s.
geez.
70s,
So you
yeah,
guys, oh,
70s.
he ain't going anywhere.
No,
No,
and if he dies, he's probably going to pass the team on to his brother.
Ugh.
Hess was a better owner than he was. 10
Yeah,
times a better owner.
yeah, yeah.
So there's no fucking help in sight for you guys.
No, no.
It
Because
was
the
it
one
was it
year,
was Woody Johnson. It was Woody Johnson when Hess died and Woody took the team over, bought the team. That's what made Parcells and Belichick run.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, shit.
Absolutely.
Parcells stayed 1 year under Woody.
And then ran.
Yeah, went to Dallas, took a year off, and then went to
Yeah,
Dallas.
yeah. He went to
Yeah,
Dallas.
that's it.
That's
I'm
right.
retiring. Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Get me that fuck
Just
out of
just
here.
get me the hell out of here. There you go.
So let before we let Jay go and we wrap it up,
then we get another one like Al Groh for 1 year.
1 year.
Bro.
But
Holy
Jay,
shit.
you laugh. They were 10-6 under Grohl, but Grohl saw the
And then they
writing on the wall.
collapsed.
Yeah. What's that?
Then they collapsed.
They were 10-6. I thought they missed the playoffs by one. I thought they were like the seventh. If they were doing the playoffs, I thought they would have made it that year. That they were 10-6 under Grohl. He
Yeah,
left to
I
go
don't
back
know.
to Virginia because again,
Was
the
that the
Woody
was that
Johnson.
the game against the Ravens or something with Testaverde that it was like a debacle? That was the last game. And they needed that game to
I
get in or
don't
something.
remember. I don't remember, but I know Grohl jumped ship, and it has to do with Woody. He went back to Virginia to coach at his alma mater.
Hmm.
You know.
Jeez.
Anyway, with the
Everybody
playoffs, we got
everybody runs.
yeah, yeah. Woody being the common denominator with
Yeah,
why everybody
yes,
runs. You
So
yes.
know,
there's your issue right there. He's the
we all
issue.
know it's Woody. We all know it's Woody. I've been begging for the NFL to step in and make this guy sell this team because you got New York as one of the biggest markets, if not the biggest, and your two New York teams suck. All right, we're looking for change in the Giants, and that might be coming as soon as they start practicing under Harbaugh and who he brings in.
Yeah.
But the fucking Jets is just a shit show.
How's their attendance?
Always good. Jet fans are
Well,
diehards,
see,
Jay.
there's the problem.
And but the thing is, we suck every year. So by the last games of the year, all the fans and season ticket holders have sold their tickets to the
Yeah.
opposing team that's coming in. So
Yes, yes, 100%. But Woody is still putting money in his pocket because his concession stands is selling,
Of
the
course.
parking is
As
selling.
long as
So
there's
as long as
people
he
there,
keeps,
yeah.
yeah,
mhm.
so he's not worried about this Jet team. He's thinking about the almighty dollar. And until he sells it,
I mean, I see stuff on X and stuff, people bitching about that it was $100 to park their car for three
yeah.
hours.
Jesus Christ.
Here's the other thing, Jay.
Can
Our
you
president
imagine?
Our
No.
president, I don't, our president of football operations, Jaime something, is not
Yeah.
even a football mind. Like we've been screaming at Woody, bringing a Curtis Martin to run it. Let somebody with a football mind be our president, not some guy who's business savvy.
So he's only doing it for the money,
Of
obviously.
course.
It's a
It's like
business to him, and he doesn't give a shit.
he's fucking Johnson and Johnson, who everybody buys their products from baby powder to deodorant to come on, put
Shampoo.
money back in our team.
And loves being in the
God.
headlines.
Yeah, with his fucking Ice Woody chain walks around.
And
Fucking clown.
did you see everywhere how it said, oh, he was pissed this year at the end of the
Yeah,
year. He was pissed the way the
yeah,
year finished.
So you
Right.
yeah.
think people are all
But
set saying
everything's
Jets
status
fans?
quo, right?
So Jets fans, as you guys, your people, are they fed up with him too? Like,
It's
It's
the 45 and older crowd. If you were in your 30s and you just started getting into them in the 2000s where they were decent, no, you're a little more patient, even though it's been
uh,
a 15-year run.
they
So
haven't
the
but
fan
been
base,
frustrated long enough.
imagine being like a kid though, okay? And okay, when you were 5, you started getting into it. Okay. Now you're 15. Okay. You haven't known the Rex error, and all you've
yeah.
known is sucking,
Well, that's
Yeah.
what. Well,
year after
I
year after year. People make fun of your team, people abuse you.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You want
and
to
that's the and that's the
walk
thing,
around your
Jay.
house with a
Yeah.
bag over your head.
And Jay, that's the thing. That's the thing. I say it to Kevin all this time. My son's going to be 18. He doesn't know a winning season. It's to the point where he'd rather do fucking chemistry on a Sunday than watch this
Watch
team because
football.
it's a waste of 3 hours. He
Jesus.
looks at me and says, what are you doing? How are you watching this?
Oh
No.
God.
The one I tell him, I say, please do not follow in my footsteps. Go root for whoever you want. I don't care as long as it's not Patriots. Root who you want. My God.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. So, and this is the playoffs. So, Jay, we got 2 games this weekend. Let's start with Denver and New England. What you take? What you got? What are you
Yep.
thinking?
Well, that Denver Buffalo game was insane. First of all, I don't know. What do you do with a backup? Like, how do you? I mean, you're at home. You have a great defense. If he can just keep, if he can keep his defense off the field, score 17 points. I mean, you know what I mean? If his
Hmm.
defense is going to be out there all the time, they're going to be exhausted.
Hmm.
Um, to me, there was one play in that Buffalo game where Allen had his tight end and he overthrew him. He hit that,
That
he
was the
walked into
game
the end
winner.
zone.
That was the
Game's
game winner.
over. And he
That was the
missed
game
it.
winner. Yep.
Um,
And let me ask you about that Cook play. Was that a reception? Was his knee down and he had the ball?
well, they showed 80 different angles, okay?
Bengals.
Um, the when it first happened, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he caught that.
Mm.
Next thing you know, the other guy's getting up with the ball. So, and then they're showing replay, this angle, that angle. And then it's going to be, well, they said you could see the ball move. Bullshit, you could
I
see the
didn't see any
ball
ball
move.
move. I didn't see.
Neither did
Listen,
I.
in my opinion, he had possession when his knee hit the ground.
And that's it. Over. Play's
And
done.
over. That's a good
Over.
catch. It's a
But
catch.
okay,
Yep.
listen, we've been dealing with this our whole lives. Refs are gonna blow the game.
Yep.
It's gonna how are you gonna respond now?
Yeah. And like you said, he had him wide open
He
for
had
a
him
game
wide
winner.
open and he missed
Yep.
them.
So
Overthrown.
here's what I'll say. I'll say, and I'm going to stick with my opinion. I didn't think it was an interception. It should have been a catch.
Same.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
But I don't know if you guys were watching the NFL Network the next day where they had the ref on and he broke the play down in slow motion. Now, I can't remember all the intricacies of what he said of why it was an interception. Okay, the way he explained it as just somebody listening, all right, that's how he explained it. Sounds legit to me. I got to go with that. That's what he said. What I didn't like was I believe that game had 6 penalties the whole game. 6. So that means the
Yeah.
refs are letting them
Right.
hand fight and doing what they need to do. They're
Good.
staying out of it. And then on the final Denver drive, you're going to
Pass
call three
interferences.
fucking pass
Yep.
interferences for 51 yards? Leave the shit alone. You left it alone for 60 minutes.
Why
Leave
are
it
you
alone for
calling
the
it
final
now?
overtime. Pisses me off more than the fucking whether that was an interception or not.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's why the Rams Bears games to me was a good one because the refs stayed out of it. Even
As
in
they
the
should.
overtime, they
As
let
they
them
should in a
hand fight.
playoff
Yeah.
game. Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. I would be more concerned about what those refs did differently all of a sudden in the overtime in the Buffalo they
Yeah.
didn't do the rest
That
of the
was
game.
bullshit.
You
Yeah.
can't call a game one way for 60 minutes and now
In
change it.
overtime, yeah.
I mean, there's bonuses for these players in these games and
Yeah.
shit. There's all kinds of shit
Yeah.
going on. You're affecting a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They got screwed.
Yeah. And listen,
Yeah.
we've said it. We've said it, but Jay, you say it every time you come on here. The NFL is in bed with DraftKings, bookie this, bookie that. They have fucking commercials on it. They're giving the NFL Network to run these commercials. Of course. Yes.
Again, you see this fan who knows nothing about football is just doing it because he wants to gamble. And that's who they're catering to now because
Yeah.
they're throwing money into it rather
Yeah.
than a season ticket holder or someone that loves to watch the games, buy the jerseys, buy whatever. And that fan has kind of been pushed because they want the guys that are throwing money into gambling.
Us.
Mhm. Yep.
One
So,
hand in one pocket, we'll put the other hand in the
yeah,
other pocket. Take it from one, put it in the other. We're
exactly.
all in bed together, and the fans suffer. Listen, I'm not a Buffalo Bills fan, but that fucking team got robbed, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
they did.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yes.
As far as
Absolutely.
that Denver Pats game, if the QB, what's his name, Stidham,
Yeah.
Yes. Stidham.
if he can play well enough, like don't make mistakes and keep his defense
I
rested,
agree.
I think they have a great shot at home. I
Me too.
really do.
I agree with you. Yep.
So I'm going to go
Absolutely.
with that and saying I'm going to say he can, and I'm going to go 2017 Broncos.
Defensive struggle. I hear you. I
I
hear you.
see that more than I see it being a shootout.
Okay. You know what? I hate to say you want it to be this miracle story, but it's not like Stidham played like it wasn't like who was the kid that year with the Eagles came in and took him to the Super Bowl.
Wentz.
Yeah, not no after Wentz. He caught the touchdown in the
Oh,
end zone.
um, oh God.
All right, well, everyone knows who I mean, but at least that kid played 6, 7 games leading into the playoffs. This kid hasn't thrown an NFL pass in a regular game in 2 years.
Oh,
Now I'm supposed to put him on the biggest stage and expect him to beat the Patriots. You know Vrabel's going to have this defense come after him the whole first quarter to see if he could prove and read the defenses and know
So
how to think. Go
if
ahead,
what's his name, the coach for the Broncos?
Sean Payton.
Peyton, yeah.
Okay, I think you think he's smart enough to sit here and go, okay, these guys are going to be coming at him. Let's start. Listen, this is what they used to do to the Steelers all the time with the whole Blitzburg
Uh-huh.
screen pass, little dump pass.
Yep.
They're all coming in at you. Dump it off, a little
Two
five,
step
10
drop.
yard.
Two
Get
step
it out
drop.
quick.
Two
Get it
step
out
drop.
quick.
Yep.
If
Well,
he
let's
can do
see.
that, then they have a great shot. But who knows
Let's
what the
see.
game plan is
Let's
going to
see.
be?
I think, like you, Jay, I think that every Denver possession has to lead to some sort of points, even if it's
Points.
field goals. And every Denver possession has to be clean and 6 to 7 minutes long, the less time you give Drake being on that field.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm
So
You
going to go
know?
with the home team on that one. That's why.
Okay. Okay.
what you
So
got,
you
Bray?
both, I have New England 17-14.
17
I can't believe I'm saying this.
14.
Jesus. Boy, strike that poor boy down.
Wow. So you
Yeah.
got the Patriots going to the Super Bowl.
I don't know if they're quite there yet. I don't know if they're there yet.
Who's that? The
The
Patriots?
Pats, yeah. I mean,
But Denver is in your mind?
um, kinda.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
I'm gonna go with their defense at home. Maybe if the
Okay.
Pats were at home, I'd be saying Pats, but Denver's a crazy place to play, especially AFC Championship game. It's gonna be going nuts.
Altitude, the
And we'll see
altitude.
what Drake May is made of after this
Okay.
game.
Yeah, sounds good. Listen, I picked New England yet, but I'm gonna be rooting for Denver. I picked New England,
Yeah.
but am I gonna be upset if Denver beats them? No, I'm probably gonna be
No, yeah.
happy. But if I was betting, I'd probably take the Pats.
Yeah.
Who do you like in the second game? Who do you? Oh, I'm sorry, Kev. You like Denver, correct?
Give me Denver 2019.
Okay. Wow. 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 Wow.
20 to
Yeah.
19. Close one.
Who do you guys like in the nightcap? Seattle, LA.
Boy, Seattle's scary. I mean, I know as San Fran was not the same San Fran team, but boy, can they come after you on defense.
Hmm.
Holy crap, they were hitting. I mean, and the Rams, uh I'm gonna go Seattle by at least 24-14, at least
Ah,
10
okay.
points.
Now, can I ask, have you followed Seattle this year? Have you watched any of their games?
I watched, I mean, I've seen highlights. Um, Followed a little bit, but I watched most of the game like the other night, and
Okay.
just watching them, just they just kept coming and coming. Like Purdy didn't have it, and every time McCaffrey got the ball, boy, they were hitting him. They were hitting him, and they knew they had to.
Okay.
So
So this is probably then an unfair question to ask you, but I'll ask you anyway. You are a football guy and you hear things. Does Sam Darnold need to be perfect for them to win this game? Now, when I say perfect, manage it well, no interceptions, no turnovers, no,
well, to
bonehead
me,
plays.
any quarterback now, no, you can't throw. You can't throw interceptions.
No,
You
no.
can't. You're going to kill your team because you're bringing your defense right back onto the field.
In
That
the yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you need, like you said with Denver, 6 to 7 minute drives. Seattle, they could get away with 4 to 5 minute drives
You
because
commit turnovers in these games, you're gonna lose.
you're done. You're absolutely done.
Hmm. Yep.
Now, the reason why now I don't think Sam could have 3 picks. I don't think one turnover is going to kill them because Seattle's got the number one defense and they're dominant. What I don't like is when I hear all these ESPN flunkies and all the NFL Network flunkies telling you Sam Darnold on the Seattle Seahawks is the weak link. If he has just one turnover, they're done. And they always go back. I'm building a little crescendo here. They always go back to that first Rams game where Sam threw 4 interceptions. But what everybody fails to forget about it, then because they always have Sam pegged as this New York Jet who stunk and seeing goals. Like they always want to compare him to the Jets as if he's still that quarterback. What
Yeah.
people don't understand was even in that first game when they lost and he had the 4 interceptions, in the final 2 minutes, he got them in field goal position. And if Myers makes the field goal, they win 22-21. And
Yeah.
no one's ever talking about the 4 interceptions. It's funny
Exactly.
how no one talks about in that second game where he had no turnovers, the defense stunk, and in that fourth quarter, he brought them back, tied the game, and then won it in overtime. But
Yeah.
yeah, we still want to consider Sam as that Jet who saw ghosts. I
His
don't see him
first
as the weak link.
his first pass of his career was a pick six.
Yes, Monday Night Football to the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And what
Mm-hmm.
happened after that, Kevin?
Yeah, I know.
4 touchdown passes. They won
Yep. And they won the
38-6.
game. Yes.
One more thing,
Yes.
Brady brings that up. He goes, "My first pass at Michigan was a pick six."
Yeah.
So again, is he strong enough to come back from that?
Yes.
Which it sounds like is,
Obviously
you know,
he
you're
is.
asking, does he have to have the perfect game? I think he's going to. I think he's gonna. I really
I
think he's gonna do
I
it.
think Seattle coached him up to say, don't be gun shy. Gun shy is what gets you hurt.
Mm-hmm.
If you see the receiver, he's open, go
Throw
for
it.
it. Don't wait till he's totally wide open. Trust your instincts. And I think that, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, everyone talks about him. He's the only quarterback to win 14 games in back-to-back seasons for two different teams.
Teams, yeah.
The days of him seeing ghosts are over.
Are done. He's been every once he got to the 49ers guys and he got under Shanahan, even though he was
Proper
just a backup.
tutelage. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's a smart kid. He's no dummy. It all sank in. So that when he went to the Vikings, even though McCarthy was there, who was supposed to be a quarterback guru, you saw the maturity. People forget when Sam Darnold was drafted by the Jets, he was 20 years old. When
Mm-hmm.
I was 20, I was drunk on the street corner whistling at broads walking by.
Yeah.
This kid's running a New York team at 20 years old. You know, the game is coming to him. He's been tutelaged right now. He's ready.
How far he's come. Do you remember the mono episode?
Yeah, yeah.
He was
He
out
had
like
mono.
indefinitely because he had mono.
Yeah. And then what happened when he came back, Kevin?
Mono.
Yeah, everyone was like, mono, the kissing disease. And what happened that first game back against Dallas? He lit it up, and our defense
Yes.
almost shit the bed that if Jamal Adams didn't stop the 2 point conversion, we would have lost that fucking
Yep.
game.
I'm
So
listen. Sam's going to the Super Bowl. I
I
got
hope so.
Seattle 31-17. Not
Wow,
only
okay.
does he win, but he wins convincing.
Yeah, I
Good.
see double digits also. I think it's gonna be
Wow.
Mhm. 31-17.
I got a tight one. But I do have Seattle winning 31-24.
you think they're gonna put up 24, huh?
Yeah, I mean that offense, Stafford, you can't take anything away from him. Puka and the ex-Jet, the ex-Packer, whatever. I can't even think of his name, nor do I care
Adams.
about his name. Yeah,
Adams.
Adams, Devontae
yeah,
Adams, yeah.
yeah. But it should be a good one. It should be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking
That should be
forward to
good.
it.
There you go again. You dump Adams and Rogers. Rogers goes to the playoffs. Adams is like a game away
Yeah,
from the Super Bowl.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just another Jets season.
yeah,
Just another, just chalk it up. Chalk it
yeah.
up for another season.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I'm so
I'd love it.
Jay, I see this shirt. Give it a little more pop. There you go.
Like we always make a joke.
Yeah,
Yo, there you go. Surf it, baby. Surf it. We
yeah.
always
Did you ever play at the channel in Boston with your band?
no, we did not.
Never,
Why?
huh?
Yeah, no,
You
no,
just stayed local?
no. We went out west, down south. Never went up north though.
Really?
Yeah, like a couple play upstate New York a few times, but never like by Boston or
I
nothing.
think you guys would have been all. I think guys would have had an audience if you played Boston. From what
Oh,
I've heard, I think you guys would have had a decent following.
Very nice. Appreciate it. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, when you put that tune on, I was like, that's friggin', I love that. That's
You're like,
awesome.
who is that? I'm like, well,
Yeah, like it's me.
I mean, I know Jay's in North Carolina, but when you do dingbats, we can have Jay come to one of the shows and
oh,
hang
hell
out,
yeah. Hell
What's
yeah.
it called?
have a few beers. Dingbats in Jersey is the club.
Dingbats,
Yeah,
Dingbats.
yeah,
Clifton, New Jersey.
yeah. So Jay, real quick, because we like to talk metal. I'm not even gonna get you started on Overkill. I know your take. Is there any album coming out this year by any group you're really pumped about?
Well, I've heard a few. The new Megadeth comes out Friday.
Mhm.
They've put
Okay,
out 4 songs. I've liked 3 out of the 4 they've done, which was
okay,
pretty good. I just heard the new Exodus tune. It was pretty good. It sounded like Slayer to me. The
okay.
intro
Mhm.
was full out Slayer. Then the middle part was Exodus, and then the end was like, wow, this is another. But I mean, Holtzbin with Slayer, so I
Yeah,
can see.
it's getting that
Yeah.
Yeah.
influence.
So
Sure,
they got
yeah.
one coming out in March, and then I don't know if you guys like Corrosion of Conformity at all.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not the biggest COC fan, but I
No.
know a lot of people are.
Yeah, they got one coming. I mean, their 80s stuff I wasn't huge into. It wasn't until the 90s where Pepper Keenan came in and
Okay.
they kind of instilled that Southern
Mm,
metal attitude I liked.
okay.
They got one that's coming out, but I fucking wish Slayer never called it quits because
Mm.
it's just I miss it. I miss oh God going to see them. It was like
Listen, the last concert there with Ozzy there. Okay, I
I
streamed it. I streamed
I
it
did
that day.
too.
Slayer just ruled the day, man. They just
Tool was on,
ruled
and
the
I'm going,
day.
oh my God, this sucks. The crowd was dead. And then
Yeah,
next thing you
yeah,
know, I went to get something. My son goes, okay, they're on. And I come out there, and you could just feel the difference, the energy. The
yeah.
place went insane.
Hmm,
It was
hmm.
just like, oh my God, why would you guys call this
I
quits?
mean, obviously Ozzy ruled the day, but Slayer
Yeah.
ruled the day.
But Slayer, I think Slayer got everybody going because it was a shit show before that.
It was like, oh man, this was Slayer played. I was like, this is the whole thing was worth it. If the TV
Exactly.
blacks out right now,
Exactly.
it was worth
Mm.
it.
But as
So
far
I
as that,
know
I don't really know who else has got anything coming out.
so I know Kevin won't say it, but hopefully Hostile Rage will be releasing some new stuff in 2026. We'll keep it up
Yeah,
between
what
us.
else are
We'll
you
keep
doing?
it.
You got nothing else to do.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Well,
not
we
like you're
got
watching the Jets play
s s
football.
something coming up in March. We'll let you
Yeah,
know.
so
All right,
we'll
I'll
look
leave it at
forward to that.
that.
Stay tuned.
I,
Stay tuned.
I I gotta be honest with you, Jay, and I haven't said it yet on X, and I probably will, and I'll probably get killed. I have no interest in the new Megadeth album at all.
But why? How
Why?
None.
come?
I just think I just think the last 5 or 6 albums were bleh, garbage.
Well, me and my buddy talk about this a lot. I mean, I've known this kid since I was 13. We're more like brothers, and we talk about it. When in the 70s and I mean the 80s was really when metal kicked in.
Sure,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
had
Golden
every
Age.
band that we
The
listened
Golden
to,
Age.
Maiden, Priest, Slayer, all those bands, they were putting out an album out every year, sometimes 2 a year while
Yeah,
they
Hmm.
were touring.
Yes,
And most albums had 8 songs.
yes,
8 were awesome. You listened
yep.
to them. Then the 90s came in and it was a little different. And then like nowadays when these bands that I love put out albums, there's maybe and Slayer was guilty of it too. 2 or 3, maybe 4 good songs on the album, then the rest were just,
It's
oh
filler.
God.
It's
I
filler.
like
It's
what do you like?
filler.
Why aren't you doing okay? You guys started out thrash. I get it. Everyone started out thrash. Then everyone wants to evolve and change because they don't want to do. So now you've been doing the same thing for the last 15 years. Go back and put out a pure thrash album. You know what I mean? These mid-paced slow songs, they don't. I mean, you guys are a thrash band. Oh, we don't want to be. You're a thrash band. I'm sorry, you are.
Yeah.
This is
Listen,
what got you here. This is what got your name out here.
if
Do
you're
what got
ashamed,
you there.
if you're ashamed of that, quit.
Yeah, and
yeah.
this is why I can't fucking stand Metallica. And back in the day, they were one of my favorites. And there's to do what they did and the way they went about it, about we didn't sell out. Yeah, you did. Come on. And the whole
Jay,
like people feel bad for Newstead. Newstead turned into a sellout like them, and then they turned on him. And it was like you deserve it because they turned into shit they used to make fun of.
yeah, yeah. But Jay, and I know you're a Gustafsson guy, but this to me, and this is just my take, and you know how I feel. This is why Overkill is so great to me because the catalog was consistent. I know they lost Bobby and he was awesome, and I know they lost Rat Skates and he was fucking
Hmm.
incredible. But the catalog stayed consistent, where you listen to the big four, and there's always that lull of, oh my God, what the fuck is this crap?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Hmm.
So at this moment, I'm from those bands, I'm gonna take what I can get. If there's 4 songs on it or 5 songs, yeah, I'll get it. But it's again, it's just I'm gonna listen to their shit from the 80s and early 90s before I listen to their new. And maybe, hey, I'm stuck in that time. I'm happy to be because the music was a lot better.
I agree. So and that's what I'm saying, Jay. Like if I name a band, I could guarantee you, and I don't even have to say the band. Any band, you're gonna name one of their first 4 albums that you'll reach for. Like if I say Megadeth, you're
Hmm.
probably reaching for Peace Sells
Cells.
before you're
Yeah.
reaching
Yeah.
for
Right.
Risk Ever. You know, and
Yes.
and and it's the thing. Like this was the golden age, and I know bands evolve, but then why, like you said, why can't they go back to where they begun, like a full circle?
You say
You know?
Metallica to me, I'm reaching for Ride the Lightning,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Master of
Yeah.
Puppets.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly. It's they these
not the
people
Black Album. I mean, come on,
people
man.
say, "Oh, well, they evolved with the how the fuck are you gonna sit here and tell me the lyrics to Enter Sandman? Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Are you fucking kidding me?" I was just like, I was like, "Oh God!" And
So,
then the shit they did after that, painting their nails and
oh my
Even
God,
again
yeah,
and the whole alternative
even
shit.
no, even
And
Injustice for All was kick ass.
yeah,
But after
oh
that,
yeah,
you could kind of see it starting to go down on
yeah,
Injustice
yeah,
for All.
yeah.
And this is I do this to Metallica fans all the time, and it pisses them off. And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, of course they changed once they offed Cliff so they could sell out because he wouldn't
He
have
wouldn't
done
have
that
stood.
shit."
No, he wouldn't have stood for that.
but
No.
you see, Jay, where were you when I needed you? About 7 or 8 years ago, I said the same thing, and I got killed because people said Cliff was the one who probably, and this is other people's opinion. They told me
Yeah,
he would have dug that stuff because he was the one that got them into the Misfits. He was the one who introduced them to like a funkier side. Well, I don't buy it. He was a big Misfits fan, Cliff,
he was a
but
huge
I don't
Skinner
think,
fan too. Huge
yeah,
Skinner fan.
Hmm.
yeah, like
Hmm.
but I don't think Cliff was playing, nothing else matters.
No, he wouldn't. Yes, though he liked those bands, but he wasn't. He wouldn't have been on Load and Reload. He would have said
Yeah,
absolutely not. No
that's what I
way.
said. And people killed me. People said, no, he was the one who introduced them to all this
No,
new
he
blah,
isn't.
blah, blah,
That's
blah.
bullshit. So I'd
Uh,
sit there and I'd go, well, they shouldn't have killed Cliff. Otherwise, and they didn't kill Cliff. Oh, how can
yeah,
you say that? And I'm like, all right, my work is done here,
yeah,
But yeah, to me, they're the biggest, the Hetfield and Lars are the biggest phonies in music
yeah.
today.
I
Don't
hear
Speaking
you.
of
I
sit there
albums,
and
understand.
say, I just,
speaking of albums, available on Amazon, Spotify,
I'll have to look that up.
Apple Music.
Apple Music, okay.
Yes.
Well, how
All
he
right.
snuck that in. See how he snuck that in. Yes.
No shameful
Pounding New
plugs here.
Jersey
No
heavy metal.
shameful plugs here. Anyway, Jay, thank you again. Thank you again. Appreciate
You
it all the
guys, thank you. I
time.
have a blast. You think you guys are fucking awesome. I love
Yeah.
it.
Great
I
having
told
you
you,
on,
Jay,
man, as usual.
anytime DM either one of us. You want
Yes.
to say something? You want to
Yeah.
pop in? Please.
All right.
The-
So who was
the-
supposed to come
Always here.
on with us?
we were supposed to have John come on. Do you know? Do you follow?
I do now. I think we
Yeah,
started following each other
yeah.
now. So
So hopefully he takes a rain check and we get him
Yeah, he
on
had
next
something
week or
come
in a
up.
couple of
It
weeks. He had
I
something
think he
come
said he had
up,
to
but
pick up his wife at the
yeah,
airport or something like
yeah.
that.
So
Yeah,
hopefully we
it
get him on in a
happens.
couple of weeks or something. But Jay, definitely, whenever you want to pop in, let us know.
All right, gentlemen. You
And
have a good
especially
night.
if you get, especially Jay, if you get a new coach in the next couple of weeks, we'll
Well,
Yeah,
we're
definitely have
talking
sure.
you on.
about it. We're
Yeah,
talking about it.
yeah. Sounds good.
Definitely.
All right, Jay. Thank you
All
again,
right,
brother.
take it easy, gentlemen.
Mike
All right.
McCarthy. Mike McCarthy.
Bobby Gustafson.
See you later, man.
See you later.
All
Pretty
right,
good.
Kev,
Pretty
that was
good. Yeah,
awesome.
that was
Jay's an
good. That
awesome
was good.
guest to have
He
on.
sure
Very
is.
cool. Very cool.
He sure is.
Yeah. Anyway, brother,
Well,
that's it. We'll have
yeah.
our games, and next week we'll discuss who's in the Super Bowl. Oh
Yeah,
boy!
and listen, I'm looking forward to next year and being in the big one ourselves with Bailey
Yeah, I
Zappi.
hope.
So
I have from your mouth to the football God's ears. Can you imagine if Belly Zap would
lights
wins
light just catches fire
is
and
our
just goes
safe?
crazy.
He'll be all running around with BC shirts.
That's right. That's right. Zap. Zap.
Zappa. You've been seeing the post now. You've been zapped.
Zap. All right, you
Love you,
guys.
brother. I'll talk to you during the week.
Yep. Have a good one. Enjoy the games this weekend. And get up. We'll talk to you later.